What is usage fee compared to a spot fee or recording fee? That's a very common question I get from content makers, talents, voiceovers, and performers. And that's a really valid question because it puts your finger on a really important distinction on the remuneration of your creative work. According to the law, you have a right to monetize your intellectual property rights, and that intellectual property right allows you to control what use of your work, especially the recording of your performances, gets to be done by third parties. In other words, they need to ask for your consent, and you would give that consent in exchange of remuneration. So if your recording is being used and you get to have a say in that, and in exchange of a yes or a consent on your end, you would ask for a fee, and that becomes your usage fee. So the more the recording of your work is used, traveling around the world, online, is being circulated, commercialized, whether it's airing on TV, the radio, whether it's used on companies' websites, personal websites, social media, the more it is used and engaged with, the more value you generate, and the more it is repeated and replayed, the more you should be remunerated for it. And there should be a proportion between how much use your client, your distributor, your producer or collaborator is using your work and how much remuneration you get for it. Now, the actual amount will depend on the length of the work you've done for them, will depend on your own profile, it would depend on the economic value that your clients see in that recording, and also your capacity to negotiate and leverage that value out of during the negotiations. And that is your usage fee, your remuneration. Separate from that should be remuneration and payment for your labor, for the time you spend working on the script or working on any content that you were asked to perform or deliver. And that's often happening for the prep and also the spot fee or the recording fee. And that's usually what people include in their fee. They often forget the usage fee. And so I would strongly advise you and remind you to, when you're negotiating your fee with clients, is to separate the spot or recording fee, which should also include your preparation time, and you should separate that from the remuneration or the usage fee, which should remunerate or compensate you for how much the recording will be used. That's a really important right and legal mechanism or leverage that the law of intellectual property as a performer through what we call performers' rights is giving you. Performers' rights are recognized under UK law, EU law, as well as international treaties. So they're very common, and as a result, they also apply cross-border. I hope this was helpful. I'm Dr. Mathilde Pavis, and I'm a lawyer in your corner. I'm on a mission to make sure content creators know their rights, use their rights, and monetize their rights. If you found the information in this video helpful, follow me on social media because there will be plenty more to come. I also use my newsletter to share free resources, free information, and updates on my work with anyone that's listed on there. So go to my website, www.mathildepavis.com, and sign up. You could also get a lot of that information through social media and if you subscribe to my channels. If you have any questions, get in touch. I do my best to answer as many questions as I can. And if I get multiple versions of the same question, then that's how those videos come up. I put it out so that other people can also learn from the question you're raising. In the meantime, keep creating and I'll keep enjoying your work.